This story about Daksha's tapasya and blessing of Devi Shiva. Naraji asked, Respected Father Brahma, what boon did Daksha receive from the goddess through his steadfast penance, and how did the goddess become Daksha's daughter? Brahmaji said, Narad, you are blessed. Listen to this story with devotion, along with all these sages. Following my command, the wise Prajapati Daksha began his penance on the northern shore of the ocean of milk. He wished to receive goddess Jagadambika, goddess of the universe, as his daughter and desired to see her directly. He made her reside in his heart and began his intense penance. With a controlled mind, Daksha observed strict vows with virtues like patience and discipline for 3,000 divine years. Sometimes he drank only water, sometimes only air, and sometimes he fasted entirely, even surviving on dry leaves occasionally. Best of sages, Narad. After this, Daksha, full of devotion, received a vision of Devi Shiva. Seeing her in her universal form, Daksha felt truly blessed. Goddess Kali, riding a lion, appeared before him. Her complexion was dark, her face very beautiful, and she had 4 arms holding a boon-bestowing hand, a protective hand, a blue lotus, and a sword. She had enchanting beauty. Her eyes were red, and her flowing hair looked gorgeous. Bowing to the divine goddess, Daksha began to praise her. Daksha said, Jagadambi, great goddess, supreme ruler of the universe, to you I bow. Out of compassion, you have blessed me with your divine vision. O goddess, be pleased with me, mother of the universe. Brahmaji continued, Narad, when Daksha praised her with a steady mind, goddess Shiva, pleased by his devotion, said, Daksha, I am very satisfied with your devotion. Ask for the boon you desire. Upon hearing the words of the goddess, Daksha was overjoyed. Bowing repeatedly, he said, O goddess, if you are pleased and ready to grant me a boon, then please listen to my wish. My Lord Bhagwan Shiva descended as Brahmaji's son in the form of Rudra. He is a complete avatar of the supreme Shiva, but he does not have a consort. O Devi, you must descend to the earth and enchant Maheshwar, Shiva, with your divine beauty. Only you can attract Lord Rudra. Become my daughter and the wife of Mahadev. This beautiful act of yours will benefit not only me, but the entire world. Hearing Daksha's request, Jagadambika Shiva smiled and, remembering Lord Shiva, said, Daksha, listen to my words. Out of delight for your devotion, I am ready to fulfill all your desires. Although I am the supreme goddess, I will be born from your wife as your daughter, and after performing severe penance, will become the consort of Mahadev. Only through such efforts will I become his wife, as Lord Sadashiva is beyond worldly qualities, adored by Brahma and Vishnu, and eternally complete. In every birth, Lord Shambhu takes various forms to become my consort. Then Goddess Shiva, after receiving Lord Shiva's permission, added, Prajapati Daksha, I have one vow. Keep it in mind always. If you ever show disrespect toward me at that very moment, I will abandon this body, merge into my true form, or take on another body. My words are true. I will become your daughter and marry Lord Shiva. After giving this blessing, Goddess Shiva disappeared, and Daksha, joyful, returned to his ashram, content with the thought that Goddess Shiva would be born as his daughter. Brahmaji continued, Sage Narad later, following my persuasion, Prajapati Daksha, with his wife, gave birth to 60 beautiful daughters and married them to Dharm, Kashyap and Chandra. Their progeny filled the 3 worlds. Some people believe that Shiva, or Sati, was Daksha's eldest daughter. Some consider her the middle daughter, while others think of her as the youngest. All 3 beliefs are correct due to differences in cycles of time. After having children, Daksha meditated upon Jagadambika with great love and deeply moved, praised her. Goddess Shiva was pleased and decided to be born through Daksha's wife, Virini. Due to Goddess Shiva's presence, Virini began to show signs of pregnancy, and the entire family was filled with happiness. After 9 months, under the favorable influence of the stars, Devi Shiva appeared as Daksha's daughter, filling him with joy. The whole sky showered flowers, clouds rained softly, and there was peace everywhere. The gods played heavenly music, extinguished fires relit on their own, and Daksha saw that his daughter's face shone with divine light. he realized that goddess Shiva had indeed incarnated as his daughter. Daksha named his divine daughter Uma. Then Daksha and Virini raised their daughter with love and devotion, preparing her for her destiny as Lord Shiva's consort. Brahmaji said, "Narad, one day I went with you to see Sati standing before her father. She was the essence of beauty in all the three worlds. Her father greeted me with respect and honored you as well." Upon seeing this, Sati, who follows the customs of the world, respectfully and joyfully bowed to me and to you. I then told the humble and young Sati, "Sati, you will receive as your husband Lord Shiva, the all-knowing master of the universe, who desires only you and whom you too desire. He cannot accept any woman as his wife other than you, and will not do so in the future either. He is the most suitable husband for you." Upon hearing this, Daksha, Sati's father, was greatly pleased, and all his worries disappeared. He then took his daughter, considering her to be the divine consort of Lord Shiva, into his arms. As time passed, Sati, who had manifested in human form by her own will, grew from childhood to adolescence and became radiant with beauty. Daksha began to worry about how to arrange her marriage with Lord Shiva. Sati, desiring to be with Lord Shiva every day, understood her father's concerns and went to her mother. Sati, who was wise and graceful, requested her mother for permission to perform austerities to please Lord Shiva. Her mother granted her permission. Thus, Sati, firmly determined, began worshipping Lord Shiva at home to obtain him as her husband. During the month of Ashwin, on the days of Nanda, Pratipada, Shashti, and Ekadashi, Sati worshipped Lord Shiva with devotion, offering jaggery, rice, and salt. She spent the month observing this discipline. On the 14th day of Kartik month, she worshipped Lord Shiva with malpua, sweet pancakes, and kheer, sweet rice pudding, and constantly meditated on him. In the month of Magashesha, on the 8th day of the dark fortnight, she worshipped Shiva with sesame seeds, barley, and rice, offering a lamb, a arti. During the month of Paush, on the 7th day of the bright fortnight, she kept vigil throughout the night and offered khichdi, a rice and lentil dish, as an offering. In the month of Magh, on the full moon night, Sati bathed in the river and sat in wet clothes on the riverbank, worshipping Lord Shiva. In the month of Falgun, on the 14th day of the dark fortnight, she kept vigil all night and performed special worship during all four phases of the night, sometimes performing plays with the dance as the divine cosmic dance. During the month of Chaitra, on the 14th day of the bright fortnight, she spent her time remembering Lord Shiva and offering dark flowers, palash, and durva grass to him. On the 3rd day of the bright fortnight of Vaishak, she ate only sesame seeds and worshipped Rudra with new rice, completing her austerities for the month. On the full moon of Jyestha, she worshipped Lord Shiva with beautiful clothes and Bhatkatiya flowers, fasting throughout the day. In the month of Ashadha, on the 14th day of the bright fortnight, she worshipped Lord Shiva with black clothes and Bhatkatiya flowers. In the month of Shravan, on the 8th and 14th days of the bright fortnight, she offered sacred threads, clothes, and kusha grass in her worship of Lord Shiva. In the month of Bhadrapada, on the 13th day of the dark fortnight, she worshipped Shiva with various flowers and fruits, fasting on the 14th day by only drinking water. In this way, Sati spent all her days completely devoted to Lord Shiva, adhering strictly to her vows. Finally, after completing the Nanda Vrata, Sati became deeply engrossed in meditating on Lord Shiva with a pure heart. Deities and sages, along with Lord Vishnu and me, came to witness Sati's penance. Upon seeing her deep meditation, the gods and sages marveled at her devotion. With great joy, we all bowed to her in reverence and praised her penance. Lord Vishnu, along with all the gods and sages, then went to Mount Kailash, Lord Shiva's beloved abode. There, they humbly bowed before Lord Shiva and requested that he accept Sati as his consort, just as Lakshmi is Lord Vishnu's wife and Saraswati is mine. Hearing their plea, Lord Shiva smiled and said, "I am a renunciate, engrossed in meditation and detached from worldly desires, but for the benefit of the universe, I will marry. However, the woman I marry must meet certain conditions. She must be able to accept my energy, be a yogini, practitioner of yoga, and be able to change forms at will. When I'm meditating, she must also remain in a meditative state, and when I engage in worldly matters, she must accompany me in that form. She must not disrupt my meditation, or else she will not survive. Provide me with such a woman." Hearing this, Brahma and Vishnu, with smiles on their faces, agreed and said, "Lord Sati, the daughter of Daksha, is the perfect match for you. She has been performing severe penance to attain you as her husband. Please bless her and marry her." Lord Shiva, pleased with their request, agreed. When Sati completed her Nanda Vrata, she prayed to Lord Shiva with deep devotion. On the 9th day, she received his direct darshan. He appeared before her in a divine form with 5 faces, each having 3 eyes, the moon adorning his forehead and a blue mark on his throat. Lord Shiva said to Sati, "I'm pleased with your penance. Ask for a boon." Though Lord Shiva knew her heart's desire, Sati was too shy to express it. Understanding her thoughts, Lord Shiva himself said, "You will be my wife." Sati, overjoyed with the boon, remained silent as her heart's desire was fulfilled. Sati returned home and shared her joy with her parents. She had fulfilled her penance and received Lord Shiva as her husband. So this was the story of the penance of Sati's father Daksh, or the story of Sati Mata Sati, or the marriage of Lord Shiva. If you like this story, then please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe, and press the bell icon so that you keep getting notifications of my videos. Thank you and goodbye.